Hey there, and welcome back to Factorio Tightening the Belt Megabase Guide. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me again. We are getting very close, guys. I have here these builds that I did during last stream that I want to show you. So I ended up doing quite a bit on stream. I said I was going to do the science on camera, but it ended up being a bit of a pain, so it really wasn't suitable for something to do on episode because there was a ton of fiddling and such, but we have the finished products here. So let's start here. This one, I'm going to turn on alt info. This one is our yellow science. And there's probably better ways of doing this, but I kind of had it with fidgeting with this, so I just decided to do it this way. This is the build I'm going to use. I'm sure you guys have better ideas, but I don't really feel like changing this whole build, so I'm probably just going to go like this unless there's something like horribly wrong with it. Which I don't think there is. So pretty much we have the yellow science on this side here, and this is how many we need. And it has 2 input belts and an output belt. The output belt works identical to the other sciences, where halfway down it switches sides with this little thing. And then we have an input belt going through the middle and another input belt going here. Now I don't actually remember how many input. I think the speed modules and batteries were going to share one belt, and then the processing units needed their whole belt, is how that was going to work. And then, of course, cable, we couldn't really belt cable the whole length down because one cable machine only supports like a little more than 2 yellow science machines. So what I've done is made the cable right to the left here. Right to the left, that would have been confusing. I've made the cable just to the left here. And what happens pretty much is 2 cable machines support 2 science machines. You can see this one outputs to the top and goes to this one, and this one outputs to the bottom and goes to this one. And then we have our copper input, and a full belt of copper will support 2 of these machines, actually a bit more I think, but I'm just doing 2. So this is our copper belt, which feeds in from the left here, and then feeds this one and then goes under and hits that. And this is the same for all of these. So, you know, it's 2, 2, 2, so on and so forth, all the way down to this last one, and this one actually only this one does feed 2, and it does get its own belt of copper though. So that's that one. It's different than I kind of had in my mind, but I couldn't get the one I had in my mind to work. So this is what we have. Next over is the components for green science. We have belts and inserters. Very simple, very straightforward. Belts are literally just, I actually forgot a part, which I'm an idiot. Belts, it's easy enough to fix. Belts require gears and iron. And I'm pretty sure, unless I plan to share this, I may have planned to share the belt, which is possible. I'm not actually sure. I'll have to recalculate that. I think I did because belts output 2. I'll have to recalculate, but even if we need another belt, we can just stick it in right here. So a belt comes in, feeds it, it outputs. I'm doing this deal here to get on both sides of the belt. And then within the same build is our inserters. And our inserters have 2 belts incoming. And I think they were just going to kind of share belts as well. We didn't need a full belt of any of these. Like I said, I have to recalculate. I know I calculated these builds, so I'm pretty sure this will work. And then this outputs as well. So then next we have our electric engine build. And this guy's, or not electric engine, electric furnace. This one's pretty big, and it uses some very interesting tricks. Now this one I actually marked. I should have marked all of these, but I didn't. So this one I marked. So we have a full belt of steel, a full belt of stone, and a full belt of red circuits. Now this is using some very clever splitter tricks here, and underground tricks, which Hopewell actually helped me with because I could not get my head around the explanation of how this was supposed to work. Excuse me, I just breathed in way more air than I should have. I'm very bad at translating like written words into actual designs, if that makes sense. Part of it may be that I'm dyslexic, or I'm just really bad at it in general. So when people try to explain it, I just don't understand it. So he helped me with this, but pretty much this one, it's kind of confusing to look at. This comes in and hooks into this this guy here. And this side actually undergrounds to the next machine, okay? And then does the same thing. However, the other side comes over and feeds this inserter. Now, it looks like it may merge onto this, but an above ground won't just merge onto an underground like when it's straight on like this. It'll only do it from the side. So this doesn't actually interfere, because in this second underground is actually our steel belt, and this comes under and then just goes through the whole build like this, and this inserter grabs it. And we have the exact same trick on this side as well, and then we have the output actually being this underground here. So this is the output. So we have a total of 8 of these, and it's a tiny bit overkill, but you always want to overbuild rather than underbuild. So we have 8 of these, and these are going to merge and be a bit less than a full blue belt. So this is outputting way less than a full blue belt, but I want it to all be blue just for consistency, and that's what we have the most of. Then we have normal engines, very straightforward. 2 input belts, an output belt. Engines, like I said, I'll have to recalculate like what goes where, but pipes, I'm guessing, would get their own belt because it needs 2 of them, and then gears and steel would just share a belt. And there's that one, and then this guy is actually a little bit broken. We could fix it really quick here, but this guy has an input. It just needs 2 inputs, 2 material inputs. It needs circuits and engines, and then it needs lubricant, which comes in here, and then it outputs. So this one, it's a little bit, I just forgot like the undergrounds right here. Just super easy to fix. So we'll just do that now and then re-blueprint it. Okay, apparently only part of it's broken. Well, that was an easy fix. Okay, well, let's clear this and let's re-blueprint this then, now that this is all fixed up for us. Okay, so we're gonna get that, and we are actually gonna do some work this episode too. Electric engine build. All right, so there we go. And then lastly, we have our miners, and our miners I did not beacon simply because they're too fast. They require so many materials, like their material input is so high that if you were to beacon them, you just could not feed them with belts. So it's even hard to feed them with bots, depending how fast you make them. So we didn't beacon them, and we just moduled them. And so we have 10 of them, or 11? 11 is, but okay, sure. We have 11. I think it was like we needed like 10.8 or something, so I would have done 12, but that was way overkill. So I marked these 2, luckily. We have full belt of gears, same trick we used up here with the kind of underground, with the splitter and then the belt here hitting the underground that doesn't actually merge. And then we have a full belt of circuits, which comes underground here. And it does actually have, it only has 1 inserter grabbing, which may not actually be enough. For circuits, it maybe is, because you need 3 circuits. Gears, I don't think actually is enough. 1 inserter grabbing, so that could be a problem. I think you can grab off a splitter, so I could maybe do that. But these actually, but like I said, that's why we didn't beacon them, so it probably is fine. Then we have iron here, and we actually have 2 iron lines per, because 2 of these eats an entire blue belt of iron. So here's one, and then this one underground's here, and then this red belt, we actually use red belt simply for weaving processes to output underneath here, and these are all the same. This one's obviously short and simpler on purpose. So there's that, and that pretty much is all the builds we made. So the only material we're still missing for science is speed modules, and those are an absolute piece of cake to make. It's going to be kind of big because they're slow, but it's still pretty easy. And some of these, I think I didn't module these on purpose too, just because they required so many materials. So ones that are missing modules, that's pretty much on purpose for those. So what we're going to do today is we actually, I'm a bit of a dum-dum, and I'm surprised nobody actually mentioned this, that I actually completely forgot to, yikes, they stole my bots, I forgot I had them in there. I completely forgot to do brick smelting. Because, you know, we need brick for the furnaces. So we need to add in some additional smelters for brick, and we need to tweak the smelters a little bit because they can pretty much be identical to the plate ones, but a little bit different, because it's going to take 2 belts of input for stone, but it's actually going to, only going to output 1 belt, unlike the plate ones, which are just 2 in, 2 out. Because if you remember, and it is hard to remember sometimes, this takes 2 stone per brick, right? So To actually get a full belt of brick out, we need 2 inputs of stone. So we just need to modify it a tiny bit, which should be pretty simple. But we need some of these, and I just am going to very quickly look at my math at the numbers here. So we need 5,700 stone per minute. We need 2.4 blue belts. And if we're outputting a full blue belt each, we need like 3 smelters, essentially. Is the dealio here. Because if each smelter outputs a blue belt, then we need 2.4, then we need 3, essentially. So let's hop out. We have quite a lot of this stuff, actually. My whole inventory is full of blueprints. These can actually go... Dude, how did I not realize that? I had all these modules here? Oh my gosh. These can actually go here, because this is where we need them anyway. So you guys can just go... Oh. Yikes, is that what I actually wanted? I may need that one. Where's my smelter blueprint? I think this is it. Okay, so let's do this. Grab some beacons. I don't think I have furnaces in my inventory at the moment. Let's grab some furnaces, some undergrounds. We have modules mostly. Probably some inserters would be good. We don't have everything, but so what we're going to do is we're going to, excuse me, rock. We're going to modify this a little bit, and we need 3 of them. So let's place this down. I assume this is actually correct. Is this? Okay, so I already forgot what my own build looks like. Right, so basically what we need to do is just have this output 1 belt rather than 2 belts is the only change we need to make. The inputs are fine because it already is half and half for the inputs. But instead of this actually outputting 2, now we could just have it output 2 belts actually and then just merge it. So this is actually probably an even easier adaptation than I had anticipated, because having this on both sides could actually be somewhat annoying. Well, actually maybe not. Actually, yeah, we can just, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and then halfway, which would be here. Instead of doing that, we're just going to switch this. We're going to do what we just had back there, but here instead. Switch that. Boom. So that's going to put everything from here back onto this side. And then this is going to be on that side. And pretty much we can just rip up this. And I'm just going to create a temporary new blueprint of this. It's like temporary yellow blueprints Scarhoof mentioned are looking much nicer. Okay, so then yeah, this should theoretically be a full belt. We need to also get rid of this here. Okay. So now that we have that, so then what I'm going to do... Really? Come on, man. Okay, so we're going to take this, boom, and we need 3 of these. 1 and 2, because we already have 1. And we'll build those out. That's easy enough. So stone is just going to be on top of copper here. And I should mark these, actually. Yeah, let's mark this. Let's just say this. I'll just know that this is stone. I'll just know that this one and up is stone. I just want to make sure I don't get confused with my inputs and stuff for copper and stone. That would be very unfortunate. Wow, we actually had enough beacons. That's like very rare. So we need belt, we need inserters. These actually don't take stack inserters, I forgot. So I'm actually, hopefully fast inserters are fast enough for this. Yikes, that could be a problem. They may not actually be fast enough for the stone. We'll have to see. I can always upgrade planner it. In fact, maybe I should, just in case. So we were missing some modules, I'm pretty sure. We were also missing... what were we missing? Belt. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because these are pretty quick, and they need 2 stone per input. So, just in case, that's what we're going to do. That's already set to upgrade. Now, let me make sure I'm not going to break something else. I don't think I am. Okay, let's just get all this stuff placed in here. Come on, bots, you can do it. How about these modules, huh? What's wrong with these? Silly bots. Okay, what are we missing? Okay, inserters. Well, that's... Okay, we're about to fix that. So let's go ahead and grab this. Boom. And that should have done it. Or not. It doesn't upgrade plan things that are... What? Does not work like it works with belts. The hell's wrong with you, dude? Why did that not work? I'm confused. Oh, because some of them, it won't upgrade ghosts already. That's so annoying. So frustrating. Okay, well, what we can do is... Damn it, all the hell. Where's my freaking... Okay. Blueprint upgraded successfully. Does that mean this now has stack inserters? It does. Okay, so now what we're going to do... so we're going to clear this, and we're going to... I don't want to clear them out of the other smelters, because we do... Fast inserters are fine on those. So pretty much what I'm going to do is get rid of all that. And then we're going to place it with the stack inserters. Oh, not a construction pack. Hello? Stop it. There we go. We may actually run it. We're probably going to run out of these too, I'd imagine. Aha, maybe not. Okay, that's fantastic. So then, now that's done. Now we just have 3 stone outputs, and that takes care of that, which was super easy. And someone mentioned, like several episodes ago, which I do want to let you know that I did see and do know, that down on our blue build, I should probably just fix this now, because I may forget. On our blue build, our blue circuit build, I had a thing with the output for like a filter splitter or a priority splitter, except I set a filter on it, which kind of is gonna like break stuff. If I can remember where that actually was. I don't actually remember where that was, but actually, yeah, where was that? I don't remember, dude. It was over, wasn't it over here? Could have sworn it was on my blue build with the, oh yeah, so this one. So this one, we need to clear that filter because that would make it so no blue circuits go to this one at all. So it's that this will work. It's just, I didn't need a filter there. Okay, so we fixed that. And the oil builds, I think I already showed you that. We're really close. I mean, we have the builds, so we can start placing them, really. I don't know how much time. Let me check the time on this episode, but if not this one, next episode we can start placing all the science builds and intermediates. It's gonna be a little interesting routing the stuff, but not too bad. We just have to, you know, be a little bit careful with it in terms of how we route it. We could place the red one. The nice thing about red science is it doesn't require any extra, you know, it doesn't require any extra processing for the stuff. It's just gears and copper, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we have our blueprints here. I actually have them in my library, so this was a little bit pointless. Red science. Okay, so let's get this red science one. So if we look, our iron and steel is coming up this way, and it's going to come up somewhere over here. Now, we don't need the iron or steel for red science. We do need iron for green science. We only need gears and copper. So gears, I mean, well, gears will be about in the same spot. So I'm gonna have to start, this is why it's kind of weird, because I have to start the bus like way over to the right here. So it's just like this huge open space that's unused. Which is kind of annoying. We could maybe like bring all the science back and put our labs in here or something. That's definitely possible. I just need to make sure I have enough room to route the red circuits and the iron and the steel and the gears up. Yeah, we can go over even more. Maybe like right past these rocks would be good. Okay, and in terms of height, I mean, this is probably fine where we are. So let's bring this over a little bit more, just because, you know, there's a ton of belts that are coming through here. I just want to make sure we actually have room for all this. Let's start this thing like here. That was red science, right? Yeah. Gotta make sure. These science builds are really quite small. That actually now I'm questioning if that's even enough room. Because we have this, we have the, I mean, so this comes down. Okay, yeah, that's enough room. That's good. Kind of hard to tell. And then these patches will be removed, and we'll just build out this way. Like I said, I'm a little concerned on the room here, but we may just have to do a bit of landfilling. I mean, there doesn't need to be a huge amount of space, really. Like, you know, I mean, the green science can literally just go, like, right here. And the components, obviously, for green science need to go first somewhere. But it's going to be hard kind of arranging it so it looks decent and such with the components and then science, but I think we can get it set up. And then, yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. Science over here, and then the rocket will probably be near the end with the rocket parts. And we should be set to go, guys. We are super close. Aside from outposts and stuff, which is probably what's going to take the longest. So that's it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and liked the builds we came up with. As always, leave any thoughts, questions, all that down below. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.